So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically generate and post blogs using AI and automation. So in this video, we are going to set up an automation in such a way that just by adding the topic and the image prompt of the blog of the article in our Google spreadsheet with the date and time when we want to publish it, you can automatically generate the image and article using AI platform like OpenAI. And after generating the content and the images, you can automatically create the post or the blog in Google Blogger or any other platform of your choice. And you can publish the blog on the date and time of your choice as well, which you have added in your Google spreadsheet. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this automation all by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet where I'm adding the blog title, the image prompt which I want to add the AI image in my blog post, and also the published date and time of the blog, that at what date and time I want to publish this blog post on my Google Blogger account. Now after this, what we want to do, we want that as we add these details in our Google Sheet and select the status, automatically using AI platform like OpenAI, we want to generate the blog content and the AI image for the blog. After generating the content and the image, we want to send the same details to Google Blogger and create a blog post over here. Now to do this, what we have to do, we have to connect all of these platforms. We have to connect Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Blogger. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform to do so, which is called Pabbly Connect. Now to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. And here you can see we have reached to the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see two options, sign in and sign up free. Now if you're new to Pabbly, by clicking on sign up free, you can set up your free Pabbly account in just 2 minutes. Or if you're an existing Pabbly user, you can just sign in. And after signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. Here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And as we click on access now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now here we have to create an automation workflow. For that, just click on this create workflow button and give this workflow a name. So I'll name my workflow as Google Sheets to OpenAI to Google Blogger. You can basically give any other name of your choice. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this automation and click on create. Now as you click on create, here you can see the automation workflow will open in front of us. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever a new row of data is added in our Google Sheet, whenever a new blog topic and the image prompt and the published details we add in Google Sheet and select the status, automatically the details of this same row will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the same details to OpenAI. And using OpenAI, we are going to generate the AI image using the same image prompt which we have in Google Sheet. And also we are going to generate the blog content, the blog article content over here for the same topic which we have entered in Google Sheet. After generating both of these details, we are going to send these details to Google Blogger. And in Google Blogger, we are going to create a blog post over here, that too automatically. So let's see how it is done. In trigger window, in choose app, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in trigger event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. Now you must be thinking how you are going to add this webhook URL in your Google Sheets. For that, you just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet. After coming to the Google Sheet, just go to Extension, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to this Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Here you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google spreadsheet. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheets, once again we'll go to extensions and you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. Now when we click on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us. And it is basically asking us three different things: selected sheet, webhook URL, and trigger column. Now here in selected sheet, we want to select the sheet from which we want to send the block title and the image prompt to Pabbly Connect. Now here in this Google spreadsheet, you can see I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default it has selected sheet 1 over here. Then after that, in the field of webhook URL, we have to enter the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy this webhook URL from here and then paste it over here. After entering the webhook URL, at last it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. So here in the background, you can see in this Google spreadsheet, column E is going to be my trigger column because it is the last column in which my data exists. After column E, in any of the column, none of my data does not exist. So I'm going to select column E as my trigger column. And after entering all of these details, click on this Send Test button. Now when we click on Send Test, here you can see it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of the very first row after the headers, the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We will just go to our Pabbly Connect workflow, and yes, here in this trigger step you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same row which we have in our Google Sheet. Here you can see the same title of the block which we have in our Google spreadsheet. You can see the same trigger column which we have selected. Here you can see the same status as well. You can see the name of the spreadsheet which we have given. We'll scroll down further. Here you can see the same published time, same published date, and the same image prompt which we have added in our Google Sheet as well. This means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully connected this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect and received the data of this Google Sheet of a new row in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now after this, what we have to do, first we have to click on this submit button, and after clicking on submit, it is showing us setup configured successfully. This means we have successfully added this webhook URL in our Google spreadsheet. Then just close this, and once again we'll go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and we have to select this option of send on event. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new row of data is added in our Google spreadsheet till our trigger column, then after that immediately, instantly send that data to Pabbly Connect, means to webhook URL. Now after completing the step 1, let's move to step 2. And in step 2, what we want to do, we want to generate an AI image using the same image prompt which we have entered in Google Sheet, which we have received in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. Now to generate the image, I will be using OpenAI's DALL-E 3 as the platform. For that, we will just scroll down and come to this action step. Here in Choose App, we will search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Generate Image. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get the API key of your OpenAI account. So for that, just log into your OpenAI account, and from the left sidebar, here you can see this option of API keys. Just click on it. After clicking on API keys, you will reach to this page. Just click on this Create New Secret Key button and give this key a name. Let's say I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. You can basically give any other name of your choice. So right now we are going to create a project API key over here. So if you have created any project in your OpenAI account, in this dropdown, you will get a list of all of those projects. Right now, I don't have any specific project in my OpenAI account. That's why we'll be selecting the default project. And under permission, we are going to select all permissions over here. And after that, just click on this Create Secret Key button. Now, as you click on Create here, you can see a new secret key, a new API key is generated in our OpenAI account. We will just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the API key, just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we will see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the model. So OpenAI offers two different models for image generation. Here we have DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3 as you can see in the dropdown. So we will be using the latest DALL-E 3 model to generate the image. After model, it is asking us for the prompt. That what is the image generation prompt we want to give to DALL-E to generate the image. So we have entered the image prompt in our Google spreadsheet and we have received the data of our Google Sheet in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. So here from this trigger step responses, we are going to send this data of image prompt, send this response of image prompt to this OpenAI action step. And to do this, we are going to use a process called mapping. So what we have to do, we just have to click on this field of prompt, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets of a new row, of a new blog topic. Out of all of these responses, select this response of image prompt and it will be mapped over here. In this way, whatever image prompt you are going to enter in our Google Sheet, the same image prompt will be given to OpenAI or to DALL-E 3 to generate the AI image. After mapping the prompt, the next thing it asks us is number of images to be generated. So we are going to generate only one image over here, so I'll write one over here. Then it is asking us for the size of the image, and in this drop down you can see a list of different size options. Let's say I want to select this particular size. I want the image size to be 1792 cross 1024 pixels. Then it is asking us for the quality. So in the drop down we have two options, standard and HD. And we want HD quality of image. So we have selected HD over here. At last, it is asking us for the style. And this field of style is not mandatory, is not required. So that's why I'm just going to keep this field as blank. But if you want, you can enter any style as per your choice, like whether you want a vivid image or a natural image, whatever you want, you can enter your style over here as per your choice. But right now, I don't want to mention any specific style of the image to DALL-E 3. Now, after entering all the details and mapping the prompt, what we have to do, we will just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here within few seconds. And yes, here you can see we have received the response. In this response, you can see this timestamp that at what date and time this image is generated. Then you can see the response of revised prompt. So this is the revised prompt which is given by OpenAI or DALL-E 3. And at last, here you can see the URL. And here we have the URL, the link of the AI generated image. We will just copy this URL from here and open it in a new tab. And here you can see this is the image generated by OpenAI for the prompt which we have given to it. And this is a pretty neat and good quality image. So we can use this image in our blog post as well. Now, after generating the image, what we want to do in the next step, we want to generate the actual blog content. For that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And here in Choose App, once again, we are going to search for OpenAI. Just select it. After selecting OpenAI, now because we want to generate some content over here, so here in action event from this drop down, we are going to select ChatGPT as the action event. Then just click on Connect, and because we have connected our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection over here. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. And as we click on Save, we will see once again our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the AI model. So in this dropdown here, you can see we have a list of different AI models offered by OpenAI. So out of all of these models, which AI model you want to use to generate the content? Which AI model of ChatGPT you want to use? So let's say I want to use GPT-4 1106 preview, this particular model. So I'm going to select this model over here. But if you want, you can just select any model of your choice. Then after that, it is asking us for the prompt. That what is the prompt we want to give to OpenAI to ChatGPT to generate the content. So let's say I want my prompt to be write a blog on, and after that I want to mention the title of the blog which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. So we have received the Google Sheet responses in Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, and once again we will be using the same process of mapping. We will just click here, and in the drop down you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from previous two steps. So from Google Sheet trigger responses, we are going to select the response of title and map it. So the prompt will be like write a blog on, and we will have the title of the blog, and also add this image to the blog. And after that, I want to mention the exact same image which we have generated using ChatGPT, basically using DALL-E in the previous step. So in the previous step, we have generated an image using OpenAI. And in response, we have received the image URL. So we are going to give the same image URL to ChatGPT so that ChatGPT can include the same image in the blog post as well. And we will be using the same trust-off mapping. Just click here, and from the drop-down from OpenAI responses, basically from DALI step responses, select the response of URL and map it. Then after this, I want to add something else to this prompt as well. And this is it. Make sure that image will insert after first paragraph. Please use the HTML tags for the proper formatting of this blog, as I'm going to post this blog on Google Blogger. Do not use the HTML body, only use the proper HTML tags for the formatting. Do not include the title of the blog as the heading to start. Just write the actual content and use HTML tags for proper formatting. So here you can notice that in this prompt which I have added, I have multiple times mentioned that to use the HTML tags for the proper formatting. Because one of the most common problem faced by users with AI content is that it does not come with a proper formatting when we are posting it on some other platform. So that's why we have specifically mentioned to use HTML tags for formatting to this prompt. So I have entered this type of prompt over here, but if you want, you can modify this prompt as per your choice. After giving the prompt and selecting the AI model, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response over here. And in this response, you can see under message content, you can see the same blog content is generated over here. So this is our blog content, and in this content, you can see HTML tags are added for proper formatting. Also, the same image which we have given over here to OpenAI to ChatGPT, the same image is added in the HTML format. And here you can see we have the rest of the blog content as well. This means using OpenAI using ChatGPT, we have generated the blog content and added the AI image in the blog content as well. Now, after generating this content, what we are going to do? We are going to send this same content to Google Blogger to create a blog post. For that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we will search for Google Blogger. Just select it. After selecting Google Blogger, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create a Post. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Blogger account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign in with Google button. Then just select your Google Blogger account. After that, just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Blogger account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the blog ID. So it is most likely possible that in your Blogger account, you might be having multiple blog IDs. Like in my Blogger account, I have 3 blog IDs: Connect, My Blog, and Pabbly. So here you can see in this drop down in blog ID, you can see the same 3 blogs over here. Now out of all of them, using which Blogger ID we want to publish the blog. So I want my blog, this particular Blogger ID, that under this Blogger ID, I want to create this post over here. So that's why I have selected it. Then it is asking us for the title of the blog. So we have entered the title of the blog in our Google spreadsheet. And from Google Sheet, we have received the title in our Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger step. So from trigger step responses of Google Sheet, we are going to select the response of title of the blog and map it over here. Then here in blog content, we are going to enter the exact same content which was given by ChatGPT. So from the drop down from ChatGPT responses, we are going to select the response of this message content and we are going to map it over here, the same content which was given by ChatGPT. Then it is asking us for the status. So we have also added a column of status in our Google spreadsheet over here. So what we are going to do, instead of selecting the status from the drop down, we will just turn this mapping button on in front of it and clear the default response. And after that, what we are going to do from Google Sheet responses, we are going to select the status from Google Spreadsheet. In this way, whatever status you are going to select for this blog in your Google Sheet, like whatever status like draft, schedule, or live, the same status will be selected or the same status will be there for the blog in our Google Blogger account as well. Then it is asking us is draft, so we are selecting no over here for now. But if you want, you can just turn this button on and clear this default response as well. Because it is most likely possible that at some time you might be selecting the status of these blogs as draft too. Then after that, it is asking us date published, that at what date and time you want to publish this blog. So in Google Blogger, you have the option to schedule your blog post to be published at a specific date and time. And we have entered the published date and time in our Google spreadsheet over here. But here in this date published, you can see in this help text, it is asking us that we have to enter the published date and time in this particular format. And we don't have our date and time in our Google spreadsheet in that particular format given over here. So what we are going to do, we are going to use a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect called Date Time Formatter. And using datetime formatter, we are going to change the format and the time zone of this published date and time which we have received from Google Spreadsheet. Now to use datetime formatter, just click on this add action step button before this Google Blogger step. And then here in choose app, just search for datetime formatter and select it. After selecting datetime formatter, in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as format date with time zone. Then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is the date. So what we have to do, we have to enter the same date and time which we have received from Google Sheets. And we will be using the process of mapping. Just click here. From the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of date first, then add a space and map the response of time as well. Then after that, it is asking us from format, that in which format we are giving this date and time right now. So here in this dropdown, you can see we have a list of different formats over here. Out of all of them, this is the format in which we are entering this date and time right now. Day, month, year, we have day, month, year. Then we have hours, minutes and seconds. We have hours, minutes and seconds. And we have AM or PM over here. Then after that, it is asking us to format, that to which format we want to change this date and time to. So here in this dropdown, you can see we have a list of different formats. Out of all of this is the format which is asked by Google Blogger. So we are going to select this to format. Then it is also mentioned that Google Blogger is asking us for the published date and time according to UTC time zone. But we have entered this date and time according to our local time zone. Like I'm in India, and in India we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. So according to that time zone, I want to publish the blog and I have given this date and time. So what we are going to do, in from time zone, we are going to select our own time zone. So I'm going to select Asia Kolkata, and in to time zone, we have to select this UTC time zone over here. After selecting it, just click on the Save and Send Test Request button. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have converted the format of this date and time according to the format which is asked by Google Blogger. And also we have changed the time zone as well. So we have this date and time according to UTC time zone. Now we are going to map this response of date time formatter in this Google Blogger action step. So we'll just come to this field of date published, and from the drop down from date time formatter responses, we are going to map this date and time. Then it is asking us labels, location name, location latitude, longitude, and span. So basically all of these details are not mandatory, are not required. So if you want, you can just ignore these fields for now and enter any details as per your choice. But after entering all the necessary details like the title, content, status, and the published date, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the blog content which we have mapped over here with the same title and same content, this blog post is created in our Google Blogger account. And this blog post is also scheduled to be published at the date and time of our choice. So let's check it. We will just go to our Blogger account and we will just refresh this page once. And yes, here you can see this blog post is scheduled to be published today on Saturday, basically on 27th of April at 4 p.m. The same date and time which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet. Also, we'll just open this blog post in preview mode and you will see we have the exact same blog post generated by AI. We have the title of the blog, same title, then we have the blog content. Then after the first paragraph, as we have mentioned in our AI prompt, you can see we have the image in this blog, and this is the exact same image which was generated by AI. And also you can see we have the rest of the blog content with proper formatting as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Blogger, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, you can completely automate the process of generating AI content for your blogs with images and posting it on Google Blogger. Now after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. For that, we'll go to a Google spreadsheet and we are going to add the details of another blog post. So I want the blog title to be, for example, automation and integration in today's day and age. This is the title of the blog which I want to give over here. Then after this, let me add an image prompt as well. This is the image prompt over here. Then the published date is today's date, that is 27th of April 2024. And let me enter the published time as, for example, 6 p.m. for today. So this is the published time. And I want the status of this blog to be live as well. So just now what we have done, we have added a new row of data of blog title, image prompt and publish date and time in our Google spreadsheet. And as we do this, we will see automatically within few seconds, a new blog post will be created in our Google Blogger account and the content and the image will be generated using OpenAI. And that blog post will be scheduled to be published on this date and time over here. So let's check it. We will go to a Blogger account and we will just refresh this page once. And yes, here you can see just now a new blog post is created in our Google Blogger account. We have the same title which we have entered in our Google spreadsheet over here. We will just open this blog post in preview mode over here and you can see this is the blog post on the same topic over here. The content is generated by AI and also the image is generated by AI over here. The same AI generated image is added. And also you can see that we have the complete blog post over here. This means we have tested this automation in real time and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same automation workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.